Hello students, I hope you have revised the three stanzas. So, we learned that cold within is a symbolic of lack of warmth and compassion in human beings. So, six humans who were caught against their will in black and bitter cold, but none of them used the wooden stick each one had due to racism, their jealousy, arrogance, revenge, and greed. Students, if you remember the third stanza, I talked about a very religious minded man, a dogmatic and rigid man. One question I want to put before you: do you think that religious prejudices come naturally from a particular religion? I know that most of you will answer that no religion teaches the followers to hate others. However, the way in which common people understand, they explain, they interpret and practice these principles and practices usually involves a certain role of those who teach or preach those principles and ideals. A religious prejudice takes root in the mind when the sources from each one receives the understanding of those principles. So you can see here the next man who was a religious minded man in this stanza is a biased man. Despite being religious, his attitude suggests that he is not the one who follows his faith with a broad mind and big heart. Instead, his attitude is that he is a selfish and opportunist character who hates his neighbor for following a different faith. Now let's move to the fourth stanza. The third man once sat in tattered clothes. Underline tattered. Tattered means old and torn clothes. That means the very word refers the man is a poor man, shows a in poor condition. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his lock to be put to use to warm the idle rich? Underline idle means lazy. So this stanza, or you can say that it tells us that the third man is a poor man. The target of his prejudice is the rich man. Here in this context, we can understand that this is economic prejudice. Earlier we read about racial prejudice, religious prejudice. Now we will learn economic prejudice because he is a poor man and he feels that it is unjust to give what little he had to help the rich man who had more than he. It is because of this prejudice he is not willing to offer his log. Actually, he is not willing to even to save his own life for the sake of his own life. He is just economically distinguishing or discriminating, and it shows that he wants to take revenge or he is jealous of the rich man. Now students, you can see that in this stanza the word idle has been used. Now the word idle used in the last line of this stanza indicates that the poor man here has a pre-opinion about the rich one, that the latter is an inactive or a lazy person. Many people who work hard but earn very little have this opinion that their masters sitting inside the chambers or just putting or delivering orders to them, they earn or they live a idle life and they are rich. They are richer in their condition. However, when such opinions take the form of hatred, they become prejudices. The poor man to this stanza does not like the rich man sitting beside him, but his hatred is so rigid that it becomes a form of intolerance. Thus, just because he hates the rich man, he avoids saving many lives. Even at the cost of his own life, he refused to provide or to offer the stick of wood to the dying fire. Now, see the next stanza. The rich man just sat back and thought of wealth he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. Again, you will see here economic prejudice prevailing in this stanza too. So, here we can understand that the rich man has been described as a mean-minded or a greedy and a selfish person who doesn't want, who has a conception or perception or prejudice about the poor as the lazy and shiftless. Shiftless, you can say, good for nothing people. So, this is the preconception of the rich man about the poor man. Now, try to understand this line. The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store. Now, here we can understand the rich man is over possessive about his wealth. He is also biased in his opinion about the poor man. He feels that if the poor man survives, he may make off all that he owns. It's his desire not to let the poor man survive. So, we can understand that the poet, according to the poet, material richness, the wealth has come before the humanity. As the character of the rich man suggests here, the rich man's practice of wealth collection or accumulation has made him too possessive and self-centered man. He doubts, fearing that they means the poor man. The poor man may steal or take away his wealth. So, the way he perceives his less wealthy or materially poor neighbor tempts him to not to provide his, or forced him not to provide his log to the dying fire. See the next stanza. The black man's face bespoke revenge as the fire passed from his sight. For all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. Now, first you underline bespoke, showed the sign of. The next is spite, means a desire to hurt or annoy somebody. Now, here you can see again the racial discrimination, or you can say the racial prejudice. Earlier in the second stanza, we learned about the white woman who was also preoccupied with the racial discrimination, and here we can learn about the black man's racial discrimination. So, in this stanza also we can find out that the black man refused to offer his stick of wood because he wanted to take a revenge over the white people. Here, white woman. The black man in this context is a victim of racial prejudice. We know that in America during those days, this racial discrimination was prevailing. But to a certain point, the anger of the black man is relevant or natural. But now at this point, seeing the present condition, he should have used his basic common sense of saving not only his life but the other people's life. But the racial prejudice in his mind, the thought of taking revenge towards the whites made him hold back his stick of wood. almost in every stanza you will find that stick of wood, the use of stick of wood, which every person, every human present there was holding, is actually a kind of lifeline, which if used sensibly, then it can be a survival equipment. It can produce fire that will save them from being the prey to the cold. They can save not only their own life but other people's life. But the black man did not offer his stick because of the racial discrimination, racial anger against the white woman. So students, you read up to this stanza and I shall continue the remaining part in my next video. Thank you.